In this video, we're going to be looking at a very interesting e-bike. We're going to be reviewing the Andsky S300. Stick around. Recently, I started incorporating some e-bike reviews into my content because I believe they are the gateway for many great outdoor adventures. I have experienced this personally in my own life, and I have always been about sharing my passions with my audience. I'm all about sunsets. I guess you could call me a sunset chaser. Having an e-bike has allowed me a greater opportunity to enjoy those experiences. I live in Southern Virginia. I think this is just a beautiful area, and I happen to live somewhere where there's a lot of great opportunity to ride something like an e-bike. And these things can do, 25 to 30 miles an hour, depending upon where you're at and the hill and everything. And it has just been really enjoyable. I have enjoyed these on-road, I have enjoyed these off-road, and I've had the opportunity to review two thus far before this one. They were very large, heavy-duty, big, all-terrain types of e-bikes. I mean, these that I reviewed in the past were so big that you really couldn't even ride them if you wasn't like 5'8", at least 5'7", 5'8", because your feet wouldn't even be able to touch the ground. This one is a lot more compact. I unboxed the Andsky S300 and number one, discovered that it was much easier to assemble and put together. I want to say that from Jump Street. This bike is very easy to assemble out of the package, and it's more compact and lower to the ground if you're not as tall. So I was really excited to discover that. I will share with you my unboxing experience just so you can take away some tips. This is the third e-bike I have put together, so I'm starting to gain a little bit of a flow here. Now, a lot of these come in the longer boxes. This one's packaged more up in kind of a shorter square box, so we're going to take a look at the contents. It comes completely folded up in the package. It's pretty heavy. If you're strong enough, you can pretty much lift it up out of there on your own. I was able to, but if not, you can get somebody to help you pull it out. And I just say this in every review: get you a good sharp knife. I use a Mora here, and just go around and go ahead and cut all the zip ties off of this package, but be very careful. You can cut yourself doing this. Just get underneath like this and pull outward like that. Don't cut towards the bike. Here's all your additional hardware: your battery, the user manual for that, your user manual for the bike, and all the other accessories. Now, I want to point out something here. This is all of your Allen wrenches and screws. This is how hardware should be put together. I mean, this is a tool that you're going to be able to use going forward. It's not just a bag full of random screws and Allen wrenches. You get these as well, but I just think that's really good packaging. You've got everything all in one place like a little multi-tool, and you're not going to lose any of this. Strangely enough, this bike is pretty much assembled completely. I had to put the pedals on. I had to use one of the wrenches to put the pedals on, but I don't remember screwing on hardly anything else. Those tools are just there for you to be able to maintenance the bike over time. Now let's take a look at the bike and specifications. And here she is, an extraordinary looking bike. You can get these in a couple of different colors. I just like this one the best. This has a hub motor with a 1,000-watt peak. It has a very durable build, and for those who are into materials, this is an aluminum alloy. Handlebar construction on this was so easy. The last two e-bikes that I assembled, in my opinion, the handlebar construction was a tad difficult to get it set properly. This just slides right down in there and snaps in. It's already put together perfect. Little things like the light, they're already constructed and hooked up. You can tighten and adjust if you want to, but you're not having to put this kind of stuff together. The same goes with everything. This back piece was already installed. Everything here, this was well packaged. As far as the handlebars, this is your acceleration here. You've got the 7-speed Shimano gear shift. Here's your panel. When it comes on, this is how you turn it on. You've got your plus switch there to up or down your pedal assist, and you've even got some signal lights right here to let people know you're going left or right. Front and rear brakes. This handlebar setup is just very user-friendly. When you get this, take the battery out as soon as you can and go ahead and get it charging. I want to show you how to do that. You're gonna have to lift this up and pull this out like this. When you open this up, that's what you'll see. You can open this completely. If you notice, there's this pin right here. What you have to do is turn this key clockwise and it'll pull it back like that, and you'll be able to pull this battery out. You'll probably want to let it charge for about 6 hours. Just wait till the green light comes on and then put this back in here. If you want to just charge it for a little while, you can plug in right here. And it says it's a 643 WH battery. I'm assuming that stands for watt hours, I guess. I don't know anything about that stuff. Again, this is a lot smaller and more compact than what I've reviewed previously. I have thus far reviewed the Mach Wheel Basalt, the Jungle Camo. It was an awesome bike. The Ingwe E26 as well. And those bikes were huge. They were so big that my wife and daughters, who range between 5'6" and 5'7", could not even put their feet on the ground when they climbed on top of those bikes. Well, it's not the case with this one. You know, if you're not a real tall person, this is going to be a good option for you. Plus, you can raise your seat up, but even with the seat all the way down, you're still up off the ground a pretty good bit here. Now, to turn this on, you're going to have to turn it on here as well. I should be able to just press this button and the screen comes on there. I have by no means tapped into mastering these panels right here. I just change my pedal assistance. Like for me, I like to put it all the way up. I like to go all the way up to 5. It goes all the way up to a pedal assist. If you set this one on 5 and just hit the accelerator, it'll take you 17 to 20 miles an hour without even pedaling. One way this one was a little different from the other e-bikes that I reviewed was when I turned them on, and I'm talking about the Mach Wheel and the Ingwe, all I had to do was put it on pedal assist number 1 and the throttle was full blast. Well, with this one, it's a little bit different. The throttle increases with your pedal assist. So if you only put this on a 1 pedal assist, you're only going to get a little bit of throttle. So if you want all of the assistance, you have to max this one out. And what I mean is just go ahead and put it on 5 if you want the full shebang when you turn on the acceleration. Now, you can ride this off-road. It's got the big tires and everything. It can be all-terrain. Thus far, I've seen this one not to be quite as powerful as the others off-road. The other two were huge and really built for that. I like this one better for the street, most definitely. Now, I won't shortchange this bike's off-road abilities. It will do fine off-road. It just doesn't have the same power and acceleration without pedaling off-road. Going to take us a ride uphill here. I've got the full pedal assist on and I'm going to pedal with it. Already up to 17 miles an hour. This is a pretty steep hill as well. I think the brakes on this are really nice. They're not making any noise, not grinding any. Everything feels like it's well in place. You've got your horn right here. I've done a lot of riding on and off road, but I do love this handlebar setup for the streets. That being said, you can raise or lower this. This one can reach the same speeds as the other e-bikes I've reviewed. It just doesn't accelerate as fast, which that's not always a bad thing. I mean, these other two that I reviewed, when you get on them and hit the acceleration, you better be ready to go because boom, they got some punch, man. They take off. This one builds up more. This has more of a build up takeoff. It's got plenty of power. When you're out on the street, it's got plenty of power, but the acceleration is a little bit slower, but it gets where you need it to go, which that can be sometimes a good safety feature. I've gotten into some mess with these things, jumping on and taking off, you know, so I think you'll like how this one takes off. So let me summarize the Andsky S300 in the most simple terms possible. It was packaged extremely well. It was very easy to assemble and put together. It's built extremely well, great quality materials. It's compact for those who are looking for a more compact, road-ready e-bike. You don't have to be super tall to be able to use this. and this just comes completely furnished and ready to go. It's not as powerful as the others that I've reviewed, but it is powerful enough for those who are ready to get out on the road. And let's talk economical purposes. If you have an e-bike like this and you can do some local traveling without having to get in your car every time you need to go somewhere, you're ultimately gonna save in fuel, and this will pay you in the long run, especially with gas prices today. It's just very, very user-friendly from top to bottom, and I think it is a most excellent choice for those looking for this style. Thanks for watching. Take care.